Hey, this is Jana. Welcome to my channel. Today I'll be doing an empties video for you from future me. Just to see what I liked and then see if I want to repurchase or not. Things like that. But yeah, we have a lot to go through, so take two. We have a lot to go through, so let's begin. So this is the simple cleansing wipe from the Kind to Skin line. I didn't like it. It's my first time using a wipe, or my second or third time. I thought this would be good because I heard about how soft it is, but to be honest, it was nowhere as soft as I expected. It was actually quite rough on my skin, and I don't have any other wipes to compare it to, but if others say that this is the softest, I'm not really looking forward to trying other wipes. It was substantially wet, so you did get off all your makeup, but you couldn't go around the sensitive areas. I will never use wipes like in my daily routine, but I do think I will use it, let's say if I need to travel or anything like that, like emergency. You get it? Next up, I have this big tub of Vaseline. It's half the size of my face, and it took me a really long time to go through it because I initially just used it as like a lip balm or a moisturizer, but in the past month I started using this as a makeup remover. So you would use it like a cleansing balm, except it doesn't emulsify, so you can't wash it off. You have to take a cloth and then wipe it off, and then you would take micellar water and then get rid of the rest of the residue. I did like it because it wasn't drying, because it's Vaseline, it's hydrating. But I won't use it again as a makeup remover just because it's so difficult to get rid of the residue. This is the simple Kind to Skin refreshing face wash gel. It's 100% soap free. It has about 8 ingredients and it's pH balanced. So those are the things that I need. It's very unassuming, but it works really well, and I've had friends tell me that as well. Like, it's a good solid one if you just want a basic cleanser with no frills. So it's a holy grail for me. I will repurchase it for sure. Let's look through moisturizers, I think. So I have these two. These are the Hada Labo. I have the travel size as well as the full size. This is the Hada Labo Super Hyaluronic Acid Hydrating Lotion. The one with the orange bar, that means it's for normal skin. So I really do like it. I used it before in the past, but I didn't love it as much as I do now. Koreans do this 7 skin layer where they put on like a toner 7 times. Like they layer toner 7 times, and I've started doing that with this moisturizer. Of course I don't do it 7 times, just a few times, 2 or 3. Just make sure not to use it when you have the aircon on because it does depend on the humidity level a lot. Pure Rosehip seed oil from Life-flo. So I use this because I heard about how good this oil is for your hyperpigmentations, so which I have a lot of. So I started using it, but recently I've started using tamanu oil, so that has replaced rosehip oil for me in my night care routine. However, I still use this in the daytime because like an occlusive layer, so it just traps all the hydration in the skin, and I can move on to the next step really easily because this is a lot thinner than tamanu oil, so it absorbs a lot faster as well. Next I have this. This is the ordinary caffeine solution plus EGCG. It's like an eye cream, well, eye gel. So let's go to the back first. So the packaging, it sucks. It really does. Look at how much build-up there is. Because of the way it's packaged, there's a lot of build-up around the tube, and it's really hard to open, twist open and whatnot. So it's gross, but the product itself is really amazing. These are the only 2 ingredients that really has shown scientific data that it actually works on the skin, on the other eye. This does minimize the effects of my dark circles when I am tired, which is all the time. Then I have the Stridex Acne hats. They're really popular on Reddit forums and whatnot, and that's how I discovered it. And initially I used one every day, but I realized that it wasn't working out for me. It was making my skin too dry and sensitive, so I switched over to using every 3 to 4 days. and I would wash it off as well. So I use it after my makeup removal, but before my face wash while I was in the shower. And it only takes about 20 minutes to work since it's a BHA. And I have bought a second tub as well, just because I like the new way of using it for my skin. Next up, I have two brands of acne patches. So the first is the Cosrx Pimple Master Patch. So these are really good. They work really well. They're quite thin, but the thing is they do add up. And well, all acne patches do add up if you have a lot of pimples and you go through them really quickly. But they do work well. Just make sure that you use it on bare skin when there's no product on your face. If not, it won't stick. So these are pretty good, but I just wanted to try out different brands and see how they work. So I got this as well. This is the Oxy Antibacterial Pimple Acne Patch. So there's 26 and the Cosrx has 24, but I do believe this is cheaper. I have quite a few different brands, so I want to do a video where I compare the different acne patches in terms of how cost effective they are, how quickly they work, and how well they work, things like that. So maybe look out for that video in the future. I'll just try out the other brands first before I commit to any. Let's move on to the body. I have this is the Eucerin pH 5 Skin Protection Lotion. Not a fan of it. It's too thin for my liking and it doesn't absorb as quickly. Luckily, I got a travel bottle, so I went through it really quickly, but I think if I went through a full bottle, I would be quite frustrated because it just takes so long to absorb into the skin. This is the Body Shop Smoky Rose Fragrance Mist. I just think I'm not a big fragrance person because I haven't found the right fragrance. So I really can't comment on the smell. It's sweeter than I like, but it's not like your typical sweetness. It does have a smokiness to it that drew me in, but it's not as strong as I would like it. It's not my one true scent, so that's why I won't be repurchasing it. But I do like the formula and I do think it stays on relatively well. Not the whole day, maybe half day. I don't know. It stays on like a cheap perfume would because it is one. So you get what you pay for. Let's do hair. I have two dry shampoos. These are the Batiste dry shampoo. I have the fresh scent and the original scent. I do like them because they add texture as well as some volume in your hair. It's really cheap, and if you use dry shampoos as much as I do, you have to find cheap ones because you go through them really quickly. So I really like this. These are a nice medium and I'll get them again and again and again. This is the Essential Moisturizing Frizz-free Hair Mask. Even though it's a hair mask, I use it as a hair conditioner and I have been using it as one for about 2-3 years, and I do like it compared to normal conditioners because it does tame the frizz a lot. But recently my hair has gotten a lot better because of other products that I'm using. I'll still repurchase it because I love it as a normal conditioner. And I have this is a travel size of the Sunsilk Instant Smoothing Cream. I wanted to mention it even though it's a sample because I do have some opinions about it. It smells really strongly of like your drugstore shampoos and conditioners. So I don't have a gripe against that. I'm just slightly off-put by that smell because it's so typical. But the product itself, it does work in making your hair look good. But I just want to point out that if you do end up using like drugstore products, I think it's worth noting that you shouldn't use them in the long run, because while they do produce results for how your hair looks good, which they should because they have so much R&D funds, but at the same time I don't think they care about the integrity and the health of your hair, because I know that they use a lot of wax and whatnot, wax and silicones. So just because of that reason, I wouldn't repurchase like a Sunsilk product or any drugstore product. Well, at least like L'Oreal, or at least like Pantene and maybe Sunsilk. And the last hair product I have is this Sunsilk Instant Smoothing Cream. I did like how I could see results with it, my hair looked more manageable, but at the same time I'm quite wary to try out and buy a full version of this product. I don't know if they would be good in the long run. Let's do some miscellaneous. So first I have this Optex. This is an eye wash and I really want to recommend it to you guys, especially if you are contact wearers. I wear contacts on average about 16, 18 hours, sometimes even 22 hours a day. But at the end of the day, I really love using this lotion to kind of soothe my eyes before I fall asleep. I think it works amazing and I highly recommend it to you guys. Next, from Sephora, I have this daily makeup brush cleaner. While it does kind of the job, let's say you have a matted brush or you want to use the brush for something else, it's quite a hassle even though it's instant fix kind of. I'd rather just wash my makeup brushes daily and use new brushes for other products. So just because of that, I won't be repurchasing this. But I will be repurchasing this. This is amazing. So this is the Puff Sponge Detergent from Daiso. It's $2 here and it's really cheap. It gets rid of your foundations or any product on your brush in the first go. There is no fragrance or artificial coloring. So I do feel the quality of it is really great for how effective it is and how cheap it is. You would want to use it again and again and again. I mean, I wouldn't be stingy with it. And for some reason, makeup brush cleansers are really expensive. So this is a really cheap alternative. I highly recommend you guys to check it out. So, holy grail as well. Alright, we're on the home stretch. I only have 3 more products and they're all makeup. So first I have the NYX Micro Brow Pencil. I didn't like it. The cap wouldn't close properly. It would come off in my makeup bag, so that was one part. And also the spoolie would pull my hair, so my eyebrow hairs would come off, which is not what you want. But the pencil itself I really did love. The color was wonderful and it was quite smooth on the skin. But just because of the pencil and the packaging, I don't think I'll be repurchasing it for a while. Last 2 items I have are the concealers. So this is the Tarte Amazon Clay Stick Concealer in the color 10. The color match was kind of okay, although I could have done with a shade darker. So for the under eyes, it would crease a lot. And while all concealers crease on my under eye, I realized that the good ones, they fade out really nicely and seamlessly when you pat it out. This one is really obvious, but the biggest problem I had with this is that when I use the sponge, I use the Real Techniques makeup sponge. When I used to pat it onto the skin, sometimes the concealer would come off onto the sponge, or it would kind of like settle into a patch, but it wouldn't blend. And sometimes it wouldn't do that, sometimes it would. I don't understand why, and I could never figure it out. So it was kind of a hit or miss. Because of that, no, I won't be repurchasing it. Also, another one I probably won't repurchase is this. This is the NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer, a holy grail for many. I got Ginger Medium 2, which is obviously way too light. And because I'm not a fan of the bright under eye, I like it to be the same color as the skin. Because I'm not a fan of that look, I just didn't like it even more. It looks very dry, dehydrated, and very taut on my skin, very matte. And because my foundation is a dewy finish, it's a satin finish, it looks really weird at the end of the night when my foundation and my concealer is kind of separate. Because the lasting power is great, though I have to mention that if you do like a matte concealer and if you want a long lasting one, definitely get this. That being said, NARS Soft Matte is my holy grail concealer for now, so I still like the brand. That's all. There's nothing left in here. I know it was quite long, but I really wanted to keep a reference for myself and if you wanted a detailed review. So yeah, I'll see you in the next video. Bye! Look at this biggest blueberry. So big. Here we have a blueberry.